what's up fam, and welcome back to a new review video. Today I have here a Dingbats notebook, and in particular this notebook is from their new Earth collection. As usual, for clarity, this notebook comes from Dingbats. They contacted me and they asked me whether I wanted to receive one of their new journals for a review. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have already used a Dingbats notebook in the past as my bullet journal, and I had such a great time with it. I really like the quality of the paper, the size of the journal. I'm gonna leave in the description box and up here as well the review of this one here, the original Dingbats. And today I want to compare this Dingbats to the new Dingbats here. Let's start by having a look at the information that we have here. So this Dingbats notebook is a thread-bound notebook with Great Barrier Reef debossing. So the debossing is here, as you can see. It looks beautiful. Their Earth collection currently has 3 different designs, and let's have a look at them here real quick. So I'm on the official Dingbats website. I'm gonna leave the link down below as well. And as you can see, we have the Earth Sky Blue Great Barrier Reef journal, which is the one that I have. The orange one is the Tangerine Serengeti journal, and there is a lime one here, Dingbats Earth Lime Yasuni journal. For those of you who are new to Dingbats, their signature in their products is this focus on nature and on animals. They want to celebrate nature and the natural diversity that can be found on Earth. In their main wildlife collection, each journal has a different animal associated to it, and now on the Earth collection, they focus on these 3 diverse habitats. Also, their journals are 100% vegan. If we go back to our journal, as you can see here, it's an A5 plus, it's slightly larger than an A5, dotted pages in 100 grams per square meter. With 100 GSM, you prevent a lot of ghosting, a lot of bleed through. So if you're concerned about those problems with paper in general, 100 GSM is a good paper to go. On the back, we have more features. As I said, this is 100% vegan, faux leather, fountain pen friendly. We have the expandable pocket, 2 book mods, pen holder, which I am very excited about. Elastic closure, opens flat, 184 pages, 3 index pages, 2 key pages, location infographic spread. Oh, that's something that I'm curious about. From the outside, the important things to highlight are, of course, the logo here, very beautiful, and you also have Dingbats down here. And I really like this style. It's simple, minimal, but you have the color, the nice logo. It looks so beautiful. I really like this color here. I hope that in camera you'll have the same color as I did in here. Want to try out the elastic closure. The elastic closure is good for me. Sometimes it's not very, it's too elastic, but this one is good. On the side, as you can see, we have the pen loop, the pen holder. Let's dive into it. Okay, oh wow. That's the page that they were talking about, the infographic. I really like this. It's very original, and it is linked to the theme that they have in the wildlife collection. Usually this page here, wait, let me show you. So as you can see, the animal for this journal is deer, and here you have the steps. Footsteps, is it how you call them? And you have the same consistency here. Let me see if in the back. Oh wow, it's beautiful. Let me zoom in because this is just so beautiful. Really like the blue and the gray on blue. It looks amazing. And you have all these animals and plants that populate the reef. Here we have a small description of our product. I really like when they add something like this so that you can have, extra information. As you can see here, these are the journals from the Wildlife Collection. You can see all the colors. The 3 from the Earth Collection, and then they have other pocket notebooks here. Okay, going back to the notebook itself. So we have the first page that was present in the other notebook too, I believe. Actually, in the other notebook, the information was here, just covering my personal information, but it was on this side, but now they added an extra page for the information. Really like to have this just in case something happens to my notebook. And here we have something new. Dingbats Journal how-to pages. Create your key, color your tabs, mark your pages. Okay, that's interesting. There is a whole system at the edge of the pages. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And basically you use it in order to reference pages. This is very new. I was not expecting it. And down here, how to make a key using Dingbats. So it's basically bullet journaling. Dingbats key example, task, appointment, birthday, miscellaneous, event, inspiration. In order to understand this system here, we have to have a look at the other pages. So here on this side, you have your tab key. And as you can see, you have lines, but what's important, it's here. They have rounds here. Let me zoom in. So as you can see here, you have a round shape, and all the pages of the journal actually has that. For example, let's say you want to use certain pages for appointment. So you write here appointment, you color this in, and on the side, you'll be able to see where all your appointments are. So let's say you have an appointment here. You'll see it like colored here on the side. So this is very clever. I am happily surprised with this new idea. It really makes me want to try it out actually. So here we have the tab key, and as we move on, we have color key, Dingbat key. Okay, so you can use these pages in order to set up your own system. As you can see from here, Dingbats has been highly influenced by bullet journaling and the bullet journal system. So this Earth collection, I'd say, is ideal for bullet journaling. They clearly structured it in order for you to do bullet journaling in it. And here we have the index. Let me see how much we have. We have 1, 2, 3. And that's good. I rarely use more than 1, 2, but better to have 3 than having 1, I'd say. Moving on, we have a future log. I'm going to zoom in here at the edges of the page so that you can see that there are some traits. I am not quite sure why those are here. They divide the page, as you can see, into different areas. So I guess you can use those guidelines to divide your page. I guess I'm not sure why those ones are here. As we move on, we have more future log pages. You have basically 2 times 2 page spreads for future log, and then we just dive into the journal. Something that I want to point out here, the numbered pages. The numbers are in circles. It's a small little detail that was not present actually in the other Dingbats. In the other Dingbat, as you can see, the pages were not numbered. So they went from unnumbered pages to numbered pages. And since they got rid of the unnumbered pages, they also got rid of the fact that you can rip off the pages. Because in fact, in their Wildlife Collection journals, you were able to rip off any page from their journal. Here, let me zoom. Hopefully you'll be able to see it clearly here. I know that a lot of people were concerned about it, and they probably didn't find this feature useful. That's why you don't have that in this notebook anymore. Something that I want to point out is that it opens flat beautifully. I really like when notebooks do that. And as you can see, I can open any page and it does lay flat. We have 2 bookmarks, one blue and one black to go with the theme. Something that I realized, so all the pages follow the same path. They're all dotted, numbered, and with this, I don't even know how to call it, you have this half circle pattern, which doesn't bother me a lot, to be honest. Probably I'm very used to not having this, and so that's why it stands out. I really like this idea of coloring and tabbing pages with this. As for the whiteness of their pages, I feel that this journal has more creamish paper than their previous ones. If we have a look at the old and the new, it is so clear that the old version has white pages and that the new one has cream pages, and I am conflicted because something that I really loved about the Dingbats were its white pages. like 100% white pages. I mean, this is of course a personal preference. Probably you don't care about how white your paper looks, but to me, I really enjoyed a more white paper than creamish. I guess they probably went into a more creamish direction because of the market and people being more into creamish paper, but do take that into account if you are wondering whether to get an earth collection or a wildlife collection, because the paper, as you can see, looks very different. Here you can see very clearly. Now it's time to do a pen test in order to test our paper, and here I'm going to try out some fine liners. I'm gonna use a Staedtler fine liner, a Micron fine liner, a Faber-Castell Broke Pen 1554, which is a 0.8 liner. Here I have a Joppa pen highlighter, a my liner. I have two different brushes. I have a Scribble the Matter brush and a Sakura Koi brush, as well as a Stabilo Boss highlighter. These guys here tend to bleed through a lot, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's have a look at our pen test here. What I did with the brushes and the highlighters is to see whether they would smudge. And the smudging isn't necessarily a problem of the paper, it's also a problem of the ink, but I feel that overall they worked alright. Here, of course, you can see some smudge because I went over with my finger right the second when I passed the ink on the paper, but you shouldn't have a problem because they dry fast on this paper here. Let's see if we have any ghosting. As you can see, there is no much to be seen. Probably we can see through a little bit here the Faber-Castell because it's a 0.8, but overall I feel it was pretty good. Now I want to test the pen loop here on the side. I had a great time with the pen loop from the other Dingbats, so I'm expecting to have a similarly good pen loop here. Of course, the pen loop is still new, but as you can see, it works pretty well. Stays nicely on the side. You can open your journal here. My everyday writer holds perfectly in it. So you can see I can put it in and back. There you go. Well, I have a feeling that this pen loop here is more towards the inside, but that's probably because it's a new product. So I'll have to use it more to actually be sure of that, because I feel like the pen kind of rolls more into the inside than in the other Dingbats here. So as you can see, if I put the pen in here and I close, I feel like the page kind of go onto the pen, and that's not something that should be happening. What I'm trying to say is with the other Dingbats, for example, as you can see, the pages kind of go up till here and you never really have the pen, like the pages covering the pen. But again, that's probably because the pen loop is new, so it still has to, get used to it. Now let's have a look at the price so that we can compare the Earth Notebook to the Wildlife Collection and see if it's worth the money. So the Earth Notebooks from the official Dingbats Notebooks website are at $17.95, so $18, and in my opinion, it is a good price. We have 190 pages, A5 plus, dotted, 100 GSM, the pen loop, the two bookmarks, the back cover, plus it looks beautiful on the outside. So in my opinion, it is definitely worth the money, the $18. As for the Wildlife Collection, they are at $16. So there is a $2 difference. So here we have them next to each other. This is 16 pounds right now, and this is 18 £5. They have the same number of pages, same size. They both have a pen loop, they both have an elastic closure and a back pocket. The Wildlife Collection only has a bookmark, while the Earth Collection has 2 bookmarks, which is always a good point for me. The 2 main differences, I'd say, is that this one comes with unnumbered perforated pages, while this one comes with non-perforated pages and numbered pages. And the color of the paper, this one is way more white, while this one is definitely cream. Also, the Earth Collection comes with their new tab system where you can color the edge of the pages and use that as a way to reference to certain pages within your journal. While that system does not exist within this journal, I'm really intrigued by the tab system, and I am definitely going to use this notebook as my new bullet journal from January 2019. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review and comparison video. Let me know in the comment down below which one you prefer. What do you think about the Earth Collection? Would you rather get the Earth Collection or the Wildlife Collection? Do you think that the difference in price, 16 to 18, is actually justified? Let's just have a nice conversation in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day, and as usual, stay boosted.